One of the most frustrating things about being in sales and being an independent contractor, nonetheless, is the fact that you could work 8 to 10 hours a day and sell nothing at all. And so today I wanted to peel back the curtain a little bit into how you could work a free lead reduced commission model, work 8 to 10 hours a day, possibly not sell anything at all, but still get paid for your time. Now we walk the line between W-2 and 1099. You are not an employee with Tailored Legacy. You are still an independent contractor, but we have a strongly robust bonus program that I think would be very beneficial for everybody to see, so you can decide as you are in your journey of where do I want to go, what program is the best fit for me, to see what we have to offer above and beyond just your commissions, your pay through, and your renewals. If you are just now finding this channel, thanks for being here. My name is Dana Neeson, and I run a telesales team for Tailored Legacy. We sell final expense insurance over the phone with one carrier, Lincoln Heritage, and my job is to try to help you have stronger, more sophisticated sales conversations. Although today we are not talking sales, we are talking how in the heck are we going to get paid? So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to walk you through the Tailored Legacy Telesales bonus program. All right, so what you're seeing is our current bonus program for new agents, agents that have been with us for a long time, seasoned agents. And I want to take you through this step by step because what you're seeing in front of you right now is an opportunity to really earn, if you're really applying yourself, as little as an extra $1,500 a month to as much as $9,000 extra per month. And I want to take you through each section so you can clearly see what type of opportunity there is on our specific free lead reduced commission model. Because I know we're not the only ones out there, but I think that our model is very unique and brings a extra opportunity, especially for top producers, to give them a platform to be able to earn 20, 30 plus thousand a month by leveraging our bonus program. So we're going to start here with the talk time. Talk time is defined as when you get somebody on the phone and you start talking. It does not include your wait time between calls. It doesn't include working time where you've put yourself on pause and you're sending emails or you're working on other things that are not about talking with a customer. And about 25% to 30%, depending on how many states you're licensed in, will be waiting to be connected to calls. So if you were working a regular 8-hour day and 30% of your day was a cumulative time of spent waiting for calls, that would be about 2.5 hours spent in waiting over the day, which means that you could end with about 5.5 hours of talk time for the day. That's also assuming you're not taking any significant breaks, you're not putting yourself in pause, you're not taking an extra long lunch. So that is in working hours of that 8 hours. It is very reasonable to get 5 hours of talk time in an 8-hour day. It's also possible to get 6 hours of talk time in an 8-hour day if you're licensed in 10 or plus states and you have a very, very high contact to conversation rate, which means you are likely to get people engaged in a conversation compared to people that might be newer, who are struggling, who just kind of blow through call after call after call and struggle to get people on the phone. So let's just look at the minimum opportunity here, which is 5 hours of talk time. Why, by the way, is 5 hours of talk time the minimum threshold for bonuses? Well, I know statistically that it takes an agent, an average agent, a newer agent, one sale for every 4 hours of talk time, which if you were to translate that into full presentations, that might be a 25% close rate, maybe a 20% close rate, depending on how long your conversations are. So a brand new agent should have one sale for every 4 hours of talk time. At a minimum, you should be trying to get yourself 4 hours of talk time. So in order to get bonuses, you need to go above and beyond, right? Because bonuses are there for people who take the extra mile, go the extra step, want to be better than just the minimum that we look at. which is why it starts at 5 hours of talk time. I have agents that have one sale for every 1.5 hours of talk time. Those are going to be our superstars, the ones that have a very high close rate, that have a high connection rate. But if you were to get 5 hours of talk time every single day and you didn't even sell anything, that's $250 a week and $1,000 a month right there. And so I guess that could be the minimum, right, that you could earn. If you never sold anything, you could earn $250 a week simply just for having conversations. Now, we know that's not going to happen because if you come in under our agent and training program, we know that you're going to be teeing up interested opportunity to our managers to come in and help you with that close process. So it's literally impossible to not sell something with us when you leverage the systems and processes that we have in place designed to make agents successful. So this is coupled with a weekly submitted bonus. Here's another tier that we have. So if you were doing the minimum for bonuses of $3,500 AP per week, our average sale on our team, it fluctuates anywhere from $750 to $900. So $3,500, we'll just call it $850 as the average. That would be 4 sales to get you to $3,500. Not even a deal a day would get you an additional $125 per week. That is $500 per month. So if you were to just submit the minimum of $3,500 a week, with 5 hours of talk time per day, you are automatically at $1,500 a month that can't be charged back or taken away from you. Love it. I'm going to go to the monthly later on as we get to more aggressive goals. Our talk time bonus is paid daily. So if you get 5 hours of talk time, you get $50 instantly the next day. You don't have to wait till the end of the week. Our weekly bonus is paid at the end of the week. Obviously, it's an accumulation of all the business that you've submitted. I verify with our carrier that it has been processed and that the payment method is a checking or savings account. All right, so $1,500 a month would be sort of like your minimum bonus opportunity just to come in and if you do the work. Now, if we take it on the other end of the spectrum, we'll go to 8 hours of talk time. To get 8 hours of talk time in a day, you would probably have to work 10 to 11 hours, maybe 12 hours, depending on how many states you have. There are people today busting their butt, working 10, 11, 12 hours a day, having a lot of sales, a lot of success, but not getting any additional bonus opportunity for that on a free lead reduced commission model. So if you're a superstar, and you're working 10, 11, 12 hours a day, and you are writing 10, 15, 20,000 a week, I want you to compare your commissions and what you're getting now compared to what additional income opportunity there could be if you were to leverage this type of bonus program. 8 hours of talk time per day is very hard to do. It takes a special kind of person to consistently work that many hours and have that many conversations. When I'm in there selling, whenever I have a Beat the Manager contest, or historically when I would sell full-time, for full transparency, I would fall between the 6 to 7 hours of talk time. That's where I would fall. I would never, ever be at 4 or 5. That was not enough. I would always be floating between 6 to 7, and I would write probably 3 to 4 policies a day. So, but if you are crazy, and you are just high-functioning top producer, 8 hours of talk time a day, $200 a day, that's $1,000 per week, or $4,000 per month, just to talk, just to have conversations. Of course, if you are working that much, having that much talk time, we hope that you are also going to sell, and you're not just going to talk and not sell anything. If you're in the agent and training program, we will be there as long as you're working to help support you close as many interested people as possible. But if you are a high functioning top producer and you sell on your own, and this is what you currently do, if you were to submit $15,000 in a week, that would give you an additional $500 per week. So on top of the $4,000 we just talked about for the talk time, you would now also earn an additional $2,000 just for submitting and getting the business approved. So now you're at $6,000 in a month. But wait, there's more. Now I'm going to go here to the monthly issued bonus. For those that are unfamiliar with the difference between submit and issued, there's a big difference. To submit and get something approved is one thing, but for it to issue and for the customer to make their first payment, it's another. And depending on your sales process and the customers that you sell, our goal is to get 10% or less of people not making their first payment. But I've heard that it can be higher with other companies or other places, just kind of depending on how far out you push that first payment or how you sold it. The better you are, the better the chances your customers will have of making that first payment. But if you were to submit $15,000 a week times 4, that would be $60,000. Not all that $60,000 is going to issue. I can 100% guarantee it. So if we just take 10% off the top, that's $54,000. Not all $54,000 is going to issue in the same month, right? Some will issue right away. Some they might push out 30 to 45 days. And so you may have a chunk of business that issues within the 30 days that you're in, some that will issue in the following month. But over time, you will walk into the first of a month with $20,000, $30,000 pending to issue. And then you'll be able to write and issue probably half the business for that current month. I know it's confusing a little bit, but there is a very high chance that if you submit $15,000 in a week, you should be able to issue $50,000 in a month. And that would get you an additional $3,000 bonus at the end of the month for what gets issued. So now we just went from $6,000 to $9,000. That is just in bonuses. And I know I am talking the top 1%, the top end of the spectrum. But I am recording this video and I am showing you this because I'm actually talking right now to the top producers, to the top 1%, who know that it is possible for them to hit these goals because they've done it or they know they can do it. So I'm not saying that this is possible for every person who wants to get in the business. I'm not saying this is possible for the 80% that will probably submit $5,000 a week. Okay, so I'm only right now talking to the top producers because I'm trying to show you something. If you were to issue $50,000 on a free lead reduced commission model, and I'm going to do the average of a 40% commission because with us, you get paid 50% commission for final expense policies, 30% commission for modified policies. So we're just going to average it at 40%, even though it's like a 60-30. 60% will be final expense, 30% will be modified. I am ultra conservative. I'd rather paint it glass half empty a little bit and knowing it can always be better. So if we were to take $50,000 issued at a 40% average commission, that's $20,000, right? We know that a percentage of that will charge back, right? Probably 20% will charge back over the 12 months. And we'll take your 75% advance into account. So that's $15,000 in your bank account plus $9,000 in bonuses, which we know none of that can charge back of the $9,000. So now you could just potentially earned $24,000 issuing $50,000 with, let's talk about your pay through, $5,000 still pending to pay you, which with Lincoln Heritage, it pays you, your pay through is not held till month 10, 11, 12 or 9, 10, 11, 12. It's paid starting at the second month as earned. So you'll get that in 12 monthly payments. So it is coming to you. So effectively, yes, you earned $29,000. You're going to get paid $24,000 up front with the bonuses with no out-of-pocket expenses. Right? And I think that is the most important thing to consider. This is the stuff that a lot of people don't talk about. You simply can't say, but yeah, if I was on a 100% comp, right? And you issued $50,000, let's just be conservative in the opposite direction and just say all $50,000 that you issued got paid at 100%, which we know it doesn't, right? We know that there's some that are going to pay you less. based on the carrier and the type of policy and the payment method. But let's just say you did get $50,000 and your commission was $50,000 because you were 100% commission and you got 75% advance. Now you're at $37,500. We're comparing $37,500 to the $24,000. That's a difference of $13,500. In order to write and issue $50,000 of production, how much do you think you have to spend in leads in order to get that? I have no experience in this industry buying leads at a high volume to issue $50,000 of production. I know how much volume it would take because a big percentage of those leads will never pick up the phone. A big percentage of those leads will tell you they're not interested. So if we were to just take the difference and divide it by 4, you're only looking at a lead spend of $1,100 a week, $1,125 a week. I know that in order to issue $50,000 in a month, you're spending $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a week. Easy, especially with some of these other IMOs. So now let's look at the difference. $9,000 of that you can't even get charged back on. So you start looking at the numbers and comparing what is worth your time. How many hats do you want to wear? Or do you want to just log in and sell? I will tell you that the average agent on this team probably does between 5 to 6 hours of talk time. The ones that hit bonuses, 5 to 6 hours of talk time is what I see the most, 80 to 90%. And as far as bonuses go, we see a lot of 125s. We see a decent amount of 175s. And then the 250s and 375s we see less of. And I rarely see 15,000 anymore. It takes someone that's going to consistently put in the time and not get lead fatigue and put in the amount of talk time that it takes in order to write 15,000 a week. Rarely did a week go by that I didn't write and submit more than 10,000 in a week. But that's why we are the top 1%, right? Only the top 1% are going to be able to do these types of numbers. As far as the monthly issued goes, I see more 20,000 issued. We have given away 30,000 issued before. I don't see very many 40 and 50s. It doesn't mean it's not impossible. It just takes the right type of person to see what's in front of them and go out and get it. So if I were to just focus on the averages here, as far as just our bonus program, and in order to get a 20,000 issue paid, you'd probably have to submit somewhere between 5,000 to 7,500 a week. You'd have to be in there. Because if you were to just say 6,500 times 4, 26,000, 10% probably won't make their first payment. You'll be at about 23,000 for the month issued. You get an extra $500 bonus. So there you have it. I hope you learned a little bit more about how Tailored Legacy functions, what makes our bonus program so attractive and successful. Is it something that you think makes sense for you? Do you see how a new agent can come into this program knowing that when they write business, it may not issue for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you could still earn money the very next day as long as you put in talk time? We don't want agents to feel like they have to go Uber. We don't want agents to feel like they can't pay their bills. So here is a space, an opportunity for you to earn money just for showing up, putting in the time, putting in the effort, and then allowing us, our management team, to help you with your sales process from the moment that you start so you feel comfortable and confident to take those sales from hello to congratulations. Thanks for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions about our bonus program. For more information, you can visit tailoredlegacy.com/telesalesqa, and I look forward to seeing you on our next video. Thanks so much.